Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and I just picked up the Nedry Getaway Pack, which is a Jurassic Park toy that they had at Target. It seems to be a Target exclusive, or at least that's the only place. And they also have it through Matchbox and Mattel, so that's basically the same company. I bought the Matchbox version a little while back, and this one just came out, so we're going to kind of compare the two of them and just to point out some things that I noticed. So this is the Dennis Nedry Getaway Pack with the Dilophosaurus. And so it's pretty accurate in the way that it has Jeep 12, which is what he had. And so we're going to look at this Jeep a little bit in detail. There's a few things about it to point out, including it's the hard top, because in that scene it was raining. It has the lights on the top. They're not exactly screen accurate, but they are there. And it has the winch on the front. But something I found that was interesting is that the other Jeep actually came with a working winch. And this one does not. So you would think, especially since the only time the winch was used in the movie was during that scene, that they would have put the working winch in. But there's no lights on the top of this one, of course, which was correct. Jeep number 18 was in the beginning as they're driving in. So when they stood up to see the long neck, I think is the Brachiosaurus, they didn't want to have lights in their way, so those Jeeps were spec'd without it. And so what you'll notice here is it has the correct color wheels, but it does not have the writing on the wheels. So that was something that kind of stood out to me. If you look at this one actually had the white BF Goodrich all-terrains, and so that was a good touch for those, and for some reason it didn't make it onto the new one. This one did not have a rear tire, so don't know why they didn't do that. So they did at least give you the rear tires that should have been on Jeep number 12 this time. So it's kind of a mix and match. But there's a few other things that you'll notice as we turn them both around here. The license plate is correct, and above it, it has the spot for those amber fog light taillights on both models, but neither of them have the orange sticker. So the spot's there, but they just didn't go to the trouble to make stickers for it. And I also noticed that this one does have the correct stripe on the back. This one's missing it entirely. So maybe it was just kind of hard to do with the different roof or something. I don't know why they didn't put that one back on there. But as I mentioned, the biggest thing for me that I noticed was that this Jeep comes with a working winch, which was really cool because that was used in the scene in the movie. However, the one for the Dennis Nedry Getaway Pack just has the appearance of one that's fixed. It doesn't actually work. So you almost want to take these apart and switch them around so that you get the working winch on the other Jeep. But anyway, the front plates are correct, at least with the numbers on there too. So that was nice. Remember, it was 18 and 29, I believe, were the two in the beginning of the original Jurassic Park. But looking at over both the Jeeps, there are a few things to notice, like the little attachments where you would technically lift the Jeep are gone on Jeep number 18. 12 has the vents all painted red there in front of the windshield. This one, Jeep 18, has it painted black. And it looks like that kind of continues with the grill is painted black on the one with the working winch. 12 doesn't have the black behind it, and so that's just kind of happening all over. The posts were different that locked down the hood. These ones were the full ones. These ones were these tiny little nubs, so they went through and changed that back for some reason. The step plates here are black as well, where these ones are just not painted. So they also have the windshield. If you look, there's that space in front of it that's a little bit different. Looking inside the Jeep, it was they're a little different too. For some reason, this one, the entire dashboard is clear, and so it's a really cool clear plastic look. It's also worth noticing, if you look at this, there are cutouts on the doors so that you can put mirrors on this one. They decided to give you that option, and so if you turn this in the back, you will see it comes with an included set of mirrors. And so here's Dennis Nedry with his glasses on. And it does have the sign for the dock. Unfortunately, that's just part of the box. It doesn't come with a real sign. And of course, the Dilophosaurus. You can't miss him. And a twig for Dennis to be throwing at him, which is kind of funny to give you as part of the kit. And so here's the back of the box for 18, showing the working winch. And It's really cool. And then here's the Dennis Nedry Escape Pack one, and it shows that it has the winch, but it's not being used. He has a little twig in his hand, and so that's kind of fun. It comes with a little twig, and the hardtop is removable, which makes it perfect to make a replica of the Jeep 10. If you remember in the video, Jeep 10 has the toolbox in the back, so there are people who are using these Jeeps to make replicas of Jeep number 10. So anyway, I like looking at all these Hollywood videos and seeing how they spec the different Jeeps out, why they did them that way, for which scenes. It's clear, for example, on this one that they needed no roll cage in the back so that Ian could be in the back of it for the T-Rex chase. And so it was really cool. I love those amber rear fog lights too. And so anyway, here's example. Here's Jeep 12 in the video. From the video itself, you can see it does match the toy pretty well with the lights on the top, with the front winch, with the covered roof. And so of all the Jeeps used in the video, this was my favorite, probably because it was the most optioned out. It had the covered roof, it had the lights on the top, which were actually remote control lights. There were switches inside that would turn these searchlights, as they were called, in the directions that you wanted to see. And that was a real thing, and it was actually built that way. So I thought it was really cool that they went to the trouble to make it so high end. You can see the winch here in this scene where the Dilophosaurus ends up getting Dennis, and you can see the lights pointing in different directions. And that was my favorite Jeep as I was growing up. And so what was really cool is when I went to Universal Studios, I think it was the Florida one, they have Jeep number 12, the actual one from the movie, on display. And so I wanted to know if it was the same Jeep or if it was just one that they made to look like it. And so it was really cool. When I went there, I was getting all kinds of pictures and everything from it. And so I have a few of those pictures here that I'll show you. So this is it. They did repaint it and rename it Jeep number 23 instead of 12. There was something to do. I think they just liked, I don't know if it was like Michael Jordan's number or something that they wanted to change it to, or something along those lines. But for some reason they changed what number the Jeep was. But I got under it to see if it was a real Jeep, because Hollywood can trick you a lot of times with fake sled cars and things that aren't real. It had the Ramsey winch on the front of it, which was really cool. And so it was just really cool to see the actual Jeep in person. And I know a lot of people know about it because they see it there on display. But anyway, I looked inside, and sure enough, it was the Sahara version. It had those green seats with the tan saddlebags. And as you can see, it has the Goodyear tires on it now. And so there's things that are different about it. And they even had a Carfax that you could find on it to show that Universal had bought it once you look up the VIN. And so there's all kinds of other Jeeps around there. And so I actually have another video of the smaller ones that I bought, and I'll put the link to that video in the description if you want to see it, because they also have Jeep 12 here covered. And here's 18 and 29 that you see in the beginning of the video, and so that would be the same as the other model with the working winch. And so those ones did have the winch on them, which was cool. And of course they had to be spec'd out for a convertible scene so they could stand up and see the long neck dinosaurs. And so that's why those ones didn't come with the working lights on the top. So anyway, there's a few scenes of that from the video, of course, that you probably remember, of them driving up and seeing the dinosaurs for the first time. And they obviously couldn't have lights on the top to obstruct their view, especially when they're standing up and looking at it.